The real catalyst for us deciding to do this was we looked in Scripture and we saw how the disciples didn't take the gospel to the ends of the earth. They took the gospel as they were able to take the gospel. They took the gospel within their means. And so that was what really spurred us on to living this way and making the decision to do this, is we stopped saying, so what if we don't go to Israel? What if we don't go to Thailand? What if we don't go with these just astronomically priced mission agencies? What if we just say the gospel's the important thing, and how are we actually able to take it? My family and I have, my wife is Leah, we have 5 children. Evelyn, Benjamin, Joel, Simon, and Hadessa. And we're missionaries. Leah and I met at Bible college when we were, young kids, 19, 20. And since we've been married, missions was always a part of what we wanted to do. When our last daughter was born, Hadessa, Leah nearly bled to death immediately after the birth, and she had 3 surgeries in 24 hours and had all kinds of blood transfusions, and we just about lost her. We started to have conversations with one another again a little bit more seriously. We both just wanted to be free to live the way that Jesus asked us to. And we both felt like we weren't doing that to our full potential, that there were so many distractions here. And so we started to focus instead not on our desires for life, but God's desire for our life. And to just say the important thing is that we are out there sharing the good news of the gospel, doing what we can to like the Lord instructs us in the Lord's Prayer, to bring His kingdom to this earth and to bring people into the kingdom. Where we said, all right, Lord, where do you want us to go? How do you want us to go? And camp immediately came up. That was a first one that Leah was desirous to do and had been praying for and seeking for our whole marriage. And so I was suddenly open to it where I had been closed to it before. And then the other one was missions on the Navajo reservation. And that one came about in my heart first. I don't know how I knew it. I just, when we started talking about it, I said, we're going to Arizona to the Navajo reservation. I don't know how I know it. I just know that's where we're going to be. With my kids, the one thing I wanted to instill in them is that Christ can satisfy, especially for the boys, that Christ can satisfy your desire for adventure. The idea that you can't have that in Christianity is ridiculous. That's the best place that you can have it, because you can travel to China and walk on a big wall and take a nice picture for Instagram. But if you travel to China and you start to participate with what the underground church is doing in China, that's exciting. That's it. That's real adventure. That's not an Instagram shot and a nice hotel. Jesus calls us to a life that is not comfortable, and that can be very exciting. We talked to them about that, and they were both excited and nervous at the same time. But then we got to camp in Idaho this year, and they had the most adventurous summer of their life. Trying to raise our kids with the idea that it's not just mom and dad who've been called to go into ministry, but it's them as well, that they have an active role, a speaking role in what we're doing, and they get to participate in what God is doing as well. That it's clear from Scripture that Jesus says, let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, and that we're to have childlike faith and all of those wonderful things. And so the idea that our kids participate with us alongside us in ministry is something we really want to instill in them so they grow up in the faith. They don't grow up seeing mom and dad's faith.